Control the cues that the rider gives him. It's no good having verbal cues on this horse. The gunslider, Chester, Shane Woodall at the helm. Let's move the horse out. The first of the circles, the large circle, the pro run. Checks his speed, brings him down into the small circle, the inner circle. Stretches him out again. That's what the judges want to see. They want to see the control, the slowdown, and also the continuation of the cadence as they move around. Watching the horse's feet all the time. And the way the rider allows that horse to step out. Shane Woodall just breathing Chester straight into that water box. He generally doesn't have any problem with water boxes, this horse. He's quite secure around them, and that was an example of that straight through. Straight up to the side pass, no hesitation, and immediately into the back through.
Thanks.
Control movement in the backward motion. Once again, you see the security of that horse. He doesn't care about going backwards. He's happy to do that. This certainly is challenging for the riders. End up, rather than coming out on the right pattern, they come out on the left side pass pattern. Shane brings Chester down for the first of his stops, plants that hump right down the bottom. Tries to put a nice slide in. The ground unfortunately is a little bit damp, a little bit heavy for a perfect sliding situation, but certainly the horse is showing how he drives that rock to the ground. He has the ability to do so. Three in the rollbacks. So he just settles Chester down, collects his rope, gets ready, walks straight up. He's not messing around, goes straight for the catch. Over the top, and then he'll move Chester straight out for the rope and low part of this obstacle. And the judges looking here is the cadence and the control of the horse, moving the horse into ever decreasing circles, but also the rope control, the competitor feeding only enough rope out as needed, right to the end of the tail. That's exactly what Shane Woodall did just then. And just moving right, using every part of this arena, pushing Chester right alongside that fence. Seeing he's got a little bit of speed in him, stretching out as best he can. I said earlier that some horses are more suited to the speed courses, some of the technical horses. Shane just slowing Chester down and then come around that tree turn. So you can pick up on the rope drag. Shane does ride in a traditional cowboy western saddle, so he has the benefit of the roping horn to dally up on. That's what he's done. He just turns Chester's hip across towards the rope, just makes sure the horse is pulling straight and not from the side. And again, it's all about the smoothment of that, the stop of the sled. A little bit of water splash there, nothing too severe. Back the horse up. Make sure that he puts that rope nice and gently on top of the drum so it doesn't fall down. Gets over and picks up the dryzer bone coat. Of course, as we've seen in the pro run, the judges have put some more expectations on the riders. So they need to ride with the dryzer bone coat while they complete a few more obstacles. I've seen this horse on very high bridges before, so those bridges shouldn't bother him at all. He's not a traditional jumping horse. Let's see what Shane can do with the little white bridge there. And once again, some obstacles suit some horses better than others. But I can't tell you this, he is a very good ground type horse. So Shane there, he just put his hand up the horse. He said, this is a ground tie, stay where you are. Like anything happens on the day, it doesn't always go to plan. That's a very rare you'll see that horse move off on a ground tie. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's happened to Shane today. Now we just take Chester back to the mountain block. Said Shane did hurt his groin yesterday's pro run. He's electing to use the mounting block so he doesn't re-aggravate the injury. Of course, if you do use a mounting block and you have to get off your horse, it will be provided. It will not help or hinder your score at all. It's simply there as a means to get back on the horse. So just get Chester in position, swings himself back on top of the horse. He's ready to complete the rest of the obstacles for this pro run. The deciding run of the 2022 Great Ocean Road Real Estate National Championships for Extreme Cowboy Racing. So just moving Chester into the figure 8 arch. Let's see how they move through the centre. Gives a little lead change there. Chester comes around. And then send him straight across there and jump off that horse again where he started. Strip the saddle, get back on and head over to his rider's mount, the pillion passenger. I glance across and I see Georgia Milburn waiting there, so it looks like Georgia Milburn will be the pillion passenger for Shane Woodall. Sometimes when the competitors know they've got to strip the saddle right there back, those with double girths and with vest plates will elect to strip them out early and just come in with a single girth. Other times they'll keep it on the saddle. It just speeds up the process of taking that saddle off. Shane Woodall just moving Chester up in the position to allow Georgia to get back on. As I said, a great little cowgirl is Georgia Milverton. Can ride anything with hair on it. Certainly a double ding off Chester wouldn't be any problem for her. The size of that horse's back could hold water if you tipped it on there, so it's like an armchair ride sitting on that horse. Shane just taking it nice and safe. The judges will be looking at that. It's not all about the speed, it's about the safety and the control for the pinion rider. Let's see how Georgia dismounts here. Chester just across a nice soft side pass. Shane has to move on bareback, complete the bridge obstacles. He'd almost be considered a bridge expert, this horse. Spends most of his life on bridges. So they shouldn't be a problem with him in this competition. Over the final, the longer bridge out of the three. Shane looks over his shoulder, turns the horse towards home. And Shane Woodall just finishing off the pro run as he goes through the finish line.